It is no secret that winter is going to be here before we know it. And here in North Carolina, we had a crazy dip in our temperatures, and that caused me to go into a panic mode. So I am coming to you from my front porch. I am in front of my espalier, and this is a project that I wanted to talk about today. So I, over the summer, planted this when the weather was unbelievably beautiful and I did not have to worry about what was going to happen in the winter. Well, some of it I planted in the ground, which I'll show you in a second. The rest of it I planted in this very, very thin container, which is not going to be very good as soon as the temperature drops and stays below freezing. My dilemma was, how do I winterize this container? Because they are all growing up out of this, I don't know where the ones planted in the ground begin and the ones in the container end. And so I do not want to take a chance of losing what I have going, and it is absolutely beautiful. Let me show you. So as you can see, it is almost to the ceiling or the top of the house, and these are the ones that are planted in the ground. So I want to take you on my back porch and take you through what I did to remedy this situation. And my hope is, if any of you have a container that you need to winterize, maybe this will help you as well to be able to hang on to those plants that may have tender roots that could not make it through the winter otherwise. So let's go on the back porch and I'll show you. So here is my solution. I went to Lowe's and I found a planter that I felt like I could go ahead and put the container as it was in to not allow my plant to freeze over the course of the 3-day freeze. Well, I decided that since it did such a great job that I was going to make this planter something that I could use full time. And so I wanted to show you how I went about winterizing this planter. First of all, it started out brown. I'm going to show you a picture of it on the front porch when I had the frost come through and how I took care of that. All right, and now I want to show you the planter now. So I stained it with this black stain, and it took a couple of coats. Then I put spar urethane, which then will protect it from being outside in the winter from the rain. And then the best part, I was able to winterize the inside with good stuff. It was an idea that came to me, and I thought, why can't I spray the inside? This says it's insulating foam sealant, so why not try it in a planter? So I found somebody at Lowe's. They told me, I talked it over with them, and they told me they thought it was a great idea. Just be sure to lay it on its side when I did it, because it will run. So I did that. It takes about 15 to 30 minutes to dry, and then once it dries, it's hard. It's hard like styrofoam. It is styrofoam, I guess. I flipped it over, sprayed it, and then a crisis happened. I forgot that it was wet. I went away, came back, stuck my hand in it, and this is your disclaimer. Whatever you do, do not get this stuff on your skin. When I tell you that I tried every chemical, every possible way to get this off, including sandpaper and washing my hands in gas, it would not come off. I'm surprised that I still have skin left, but it does look good. So anyway, long story short, I went to Lowe's, and the wonderful people there tried to help me through all the different chemicals. But on the back, it does say it has to be mechanically removed, meaning sandpaper, pumice stone, something like that. Well, I had tried it and it didn't work. So luckily, a sweet angel just happened to be walking by that worked at Lowe's and said, to get the paint off my hands, I use a magic eraser. So she took me in the break room and let me try a little piece of it on myself, and oh my gosh, it worked. So I was able to come home and get all of the crusty stuff. It looked like I had some kind of disease off of my hands, and it worked great. I'm not saying use that. I'm just saying what worked for me. I was able to get that off, but now I'm going to go back and show you my process of staining, my process of spraying this on the bottom, and you will notice that I do have gloves on because it was that bad. So do not get it on your hands, whatever you do. Okay, so let's take a look at how it goes, and then we are actually gonna plant this. waited overnight to let the last coat of spar urethane dry. And so we are finally ready to plant my planter that we've been working on. I feel like it's probably going to be a big undertaking, getting it out of one pot while not ripping it off of the wall, and I'm doing this by myself. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside. The foam is dry. I left the drainage holes open, so obviously it can drain and not drown. And I'm just going to fill topsoil in here, put the plants in, and then I will water it really well, and then I will be back with you. Going to just prune away some of this bulky bottom and wind up the rest of it, and then water, and I think we will call that a day. We are finished. I finally got it all potted up. Everything reconnected. The wires had come loose. That was a job. And added some mulch, some pine nuggets, and it looks really, really good. And then I went through and thinned out, like I had said, especially over here. It was really, really jungly. I want to thank you so much for coming with me on this crazy solution to a big dilemma that I had. I feel very confident that my vine roots are going to be snug and insulated, and they should do great through the winter. I'm no longer worried, and I am happy to say that. I'm happy to be able to say that. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope this has been beneficial for you if you need to do the same. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you in another video soon. Take care, everybody.